All right, we're Reactions for Action. It may surprise you to learn that Walt Disney believed that nuclear science itself provided a wonderful story, and that this story of scientific adventure and success was a story that could relate to all humanity, and that the force of the atom could make his vision for a brighter future a reality. A future where energy is abundant and clean. A future where man is free to explore the cosmos. And a future where previously untreatable diseases can now be cured. At the time, the public shared his vision for a positive nuclear-powered future. And to an extent, nuclear science delivered on this promise. However, today, public support for nuclear energy is on an unsettling decline. We want to change this. My name is Matthew Harold, and I'm the CEO of Reactions for Action. And here at Reactions for Action, we believe that nuclear science plays a vital role in today's modern society. And we believe that now is the time to share that message with a wider audience. We want to collaborate with local communities to generate pro-nuclear imagery. We want to inspire the next generation of nuclear scientists, and we want to be able to advocate for nuclear science in a way that resonates with 21st century values. Our initial audience is intended to be cause-oriented millennials living in and around 5 diverse areas of the United States. Now, each of these areas were identified because of their high populations, large populations of students and millennials, and because they're the seats of their local and state governments. Our ask for you is $1 million to kick off Reactions for Action. That initial funding will go towards our marketing campaigns, our initial product inventory, and our day-to-day operations through year 2. We want you to help us start our chain reaction. And to learn more about our strategy, I'd like you to hear from our Director of Marketing, Dylan Scalo. Dylan?
Thank you, Matt. As discussed, our target audience is going to be millennials and the future generation. And the best way to interact with that community is through social media. Instagram is the best platform to rebrand an image. We want to collaborate with local artists in big cities to create murals that will be able to depict nuclear energy in a positive aspect that people will be able to see on a day-to-day basis. Through collaboration, people will be able to see this, and photographers will see this, and they will see this as the best backdrop for their photos. And by posting them, these murals will transcend from a wall to a digital market of 800 million people, spreading our message and the idea of positive reinforcement for nuclear energy. Snapchat also has a very interesting feature called Discovery Stories that is always updating daily to address its 200 million daily subscribers. Recently, I read a story on Now This that talked about nuclear energy being related to global warming. Reactions for Actions wants to change this and pivot this negativity and work with businesses to show nuclear in a positive aspect that our team knows it should be. YouTube is also a great platform to start critical conversations. We want to engage with influential YouTubers such as Kurtzaga, a STEM educator that uses simple animations to deliver his content in a fun, interesting way. Along with our media front, we also want to go for marketing. DIY Kits is the smartest way to integrate the children into this program, to do hands-on projects to learn about it, and to go back to their home and talk about that conversation at the dinner table with their family. Once again, enforcing the idea of positive nuclear energy. We also want to brand our clothing and our products with attire. For example, clothing can be used plasma treatment to give certain clothing certain attributes, for example, as water resistant. Plasma treatment falls under the nuclear sciences. These are the interesting facts of nuclear that we want to bring to people, and the best way to do that is through PR marketing. Simply branding a QR code, you can allow people just to scan, learn more information about the product, and then from there, go offer them an idea to go to our website and learn more information about it. To learn more about our potential growth, I'm going to hand it over to the Director of Finance, Shane Gallagher.
Thanks, Dylan. So our team has an aggressive plan for rapid growth. Fortunately, 5 minutes is all right. Who can answer any questions?
So I see in your plan that you're targeting mostly young millennials. If you're looking at people who are, let's say, typically resisting nuclear, they're not going to be young or millennial. Do you have any strategy to target people who are not in those audiences?
For example, so about the new technology that will be coming out of nuclear is projected to happen in the next 10, 15 years. So the voters that are going to be going are going to be millennials. Millennials range from anywhere from 35 and below to about 20. So in 15 years, they're going to be the ones that are going to be a majority of the supporting network that are going to be voting for these policies that might be eventually implemented. So we're projecting in the future that's going to be the majority of voters in the future.
How do you measure success so that you can go raise the next $1 million?
So our success is measured in the size of the audience that we're reaching. We believe that through our marketing and advertising, we can reach an audience of at least 8 million people through our innovative murals that are collaborating with the communities to create, and through our online marketing so that we can spread our message through these social media platforms and be able to resonate with a larger audience.
So you're going to measure eyeballs?
Yeah, we'll measure our engagements with Reactions for Action and measure the number of news stories generated about Reactions for Action.
Could you touch on your background that makes you people the right ones for this project?
Sure, I'll start. As the CEO, I have a background in engineering entrepreneurship and nuclear engineering. In addition to this, I've worked extensively with public outreach groups that helps to understand the issues that the public cares about, be able to create a platform in which you can create the conversations and establish dialogue between these communities. Dylan?
So I'm not a nuclear engineer, so this is not my focus. So I kind of see nuclear from a different aspect. What I'm also majoring in marketing, and those are the things that nuclear engineers who are more technical based don't really see. So being able to kind of get a different perspective on the market and be able to take those ideas from the nuclear engineering and kind of twist it into a way that'll be more marketable is what would be my aspect.
And I'm Jeremiah. So my background is in nuclear engineering. Like my undergraduate was in physics, and I think I have the requisite technical skills to push this idea forward. And I'm from Nigeria, and I'm also currently the head of the Nigerian Young Generation in Nuclear. So I think I will give this idea a wing to fly beyond America.
So rather than maybe going through everybody's background, I thought I would say that when we were deciding on our group, we all agreed that we recognize that there are lots of technical solutions already out there, but we feel like one of the major issues with nuclear is that we don't have as big of an industry that can go out and advocate. And so I think what really qualifies us is we were all connected on this passion for outreach. But yeah, my background is also in nuclear engineering.
Another question, maybe?
Yeah. Oh. Well, so if you had a simple, concise message to implant in the heads of millennials like Inception that would grow and make them support nuclear throughout their lifetimes, what would it be? What's going to be on the mural? What's going to be the core message?
So each audience responds differently to a message. To me, that message is climate change and nuclear's role in a carbon-free future. I believe that that's a very strong message that resonates particularly with this audience, and myself included.
We also, when you think of the word nuclear, think of strictly energy, but there's many advancements in nuclear are happening in medicine, space exploration, and many of these things won't be achievable without the nuclear power. So rather than just focus on the energy aspect and trying to make it just competitive compared to other renewable sources, marketing not just with power plants and stuff, having it depicted as the future of not just energy, but in also aspects to grow us in our human needs.
I was wondering if you guys have thought about how you would want to collaborate with existing environmental advocacy groups like EDF, NRDC, Sierra Club, Because some are pro-nuclear coming around, and some are still very violently against, and could join forces or maybe a difficult battle.
Okay. So there's varying ranges of support from environmental groups that are out there. And one of the stories we heard from this week was that while the leaders of an environmental group, the Sierra Club, or this particular chapter of the Sierra Club, were more than willing to engage in a dialogue about nuclear energy's place in an environmentally conscious future. But what they found was that their members were the ones who were primarily opposed, not their leadership. And so to target directly at their members from a low grassroots level is what we hope to do.
All right, we've run out of time for questions on this round, so Adrian, I ask that you lead off the next round of questions for the next team, if that's all right. Thank you.
Thank you.